Hello and welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying on YouTube. It must have been 18 months since I've done anything on YouTube. Wasn't really sure how to use the channel, to be honest. In case you didn't know, I now live in Saudi Arabia, so it's not always easy to get to events and to do event-based stuff. But I thought I'd start with doing just a little chat today because there's been some interesting news. And there's a few things coming up, so I'm going to be back in the UK in a week or so. So I'll try and do a little bit while I'm there. Also, rather exciting news from a personal point of view is that I will be going to Bahrain Rally Slin in 2 or 3 weeks, which I can't wait for. I've never been to that one before, so that's really exciting. It looks a really good event. Also an excuse to go and see Prague, which I've always wanted to do. So excited for that one. So stay tuned because there will definitely be some content from that. But as I said, I wanted to do a little bit of news, and with some stuff that's come out this week, I thought it was worthy of a video. I'll try and keep this 10 minutes-ish. I can rant on a little bit, and there's definitely some stuff to rant about. But let's start with something positive. I just want to give a little shout out to John Armstrong, who was crowned ERC3 champion this weekend by starting Rally de Roma. He was awarded that title. So yeah, really pleased for John. Great guy. Nice to see him doing well, nice to see him working closely with M Sport Poland on the Rally 3 car. I'm still not totally sure about Rally 3, but yeah, really good news for John. I think that's going to be a really interesting category as we see more Clios out there. So well done, John. Well done, M Sport Poland. Now we just need to see John in a Rally 2 car a bit more, don't we? I would really love to see that because I think he's got a lot of potential. And it'd be great to see him doing some WRC2 in the future. So well done, John. Just a quick shout to Rally Ceredigion as well. They've not made any, this isn't news really, but they've not made any secret of their desire to join the ERC. But the fact that they're pushing so hard for it, given the state of the UK rallying in terms of international championships, I think for those guys to be pushing that hard, be that forward looking is amazing. You know, I struggle a little bit with British rallying sometimes. I think we can be a bit over nostalgic, so to see that ambition is really great. So I really hope that works out for them because it looks a really good event. Definitely on my list of events to attend in the future. So good for them. I really want to see that event in the ERC. I really want to see an ERC around in the UK because I think we're a long way from having a WRC event. Just a quick one. Earlier this week, I posted a picture of a GT86 across my social media, and I said it surprises me that you don't see more of them rallying. I know Toyota built a R3 version a few years ago, and there was one campaign in the UK built by Rally Prep with Bryn Pearce co-driving for Chris Harris. A few interesting comments, a lot of people saying it wouldn't be as competitive as an Escort, and if you're not in the UK, I think the challenge in the UK we have is that our rules mean that there are a lot of very fast Mark IIs because you can fit modern engines, gearbox, etc, etc. And I get that, but I think the thing I would say about that is we don't actually know, do we? Because no one has spent 100,000 plus building a GT86 to see if it could actually be competitive with a top Escort. But my point was actually more at the bottom end, because you can buy a GT86 for £8,000, which you would pay for a Mark II shell that wasn't rotten. And I'm a shell, that is not a car, a shell. So to build a 200 horsepower Mark II Escort is going to cost you more than a GT86, isn't it? If you buy a GT86, fit a cage, seats, all the basics, that'll be less than £15,000. And you're not going to have much of a Mark II for £15,000. So I just think it's a shame. People often say there's not enough affordable rear drive cars out there. Well, there is one, so get on with it. Anyway, yeah, main topic of this video is the WRC, and I just, oh my God, I'm mad. I'm mad. Quick one, tyre tender has been released, which is good. I really hope we switch away from having one tyre supplier because I don't understand why we only have one tyre supplier. Competition breeds innovation. As long as we manage costs and stop them spending too much, I really would like to see Michelin, MRF, everyone have the chance in the WRC. If you do follow World Rallying, you will know that some drivers and teams have been quite vocal recently about the need for change to help the championship, and they're voicing their concerns, most recent of which was Elfyn Evans. Really pleased to see Elfyn, who's usually quite a quiet guy, to come out and say he wants to see changes and we need to do things both at home and abroad, so well done Elfyn. Autosport this week earlier published an article which it made my head explode. So this is incredible. So the senior sporting director from the World Rally Championship, Peter Thule, said he was surprised. He was surprised that more people watch on a Sunday than any other day. Could I just quote Terry Harriman at this point and say, dear God, what? How are you surprised? How is anyone surprised by that? Shock horror. More people watch the WRC on their day off than when they're working. If this is the promoters' level, then we are screwed. Anyway, moving on from that, there was talk about changing the format again. So they were talking about tyres before the power stage, because obviously we have this problem with, particularly for people who super rally, they cruise Sunday morning just to try and blow everyone away on the power stage. The only solution, as I see it, is to just do a tyre halt before the power stage. I know there's a concern about using too many tyres, but I can't see any other way than just give people a fresh set of tyres before the power stage. There was also talk of doing smart points for people who super rally. Just no. If you crash out, sorry, you don't score points. That's how it works. That's how sport works, isn't it? You can't make a mistake or do something wrong and then still expect to get points. So I would actually even consider excluding people from getting power stage points if they're super rallied, because that's how sport works, isn't it? To be successful in sport, you have to do things right and be successful. There's talk of qualifying stages, don't see the point in that personally. Another quick thing just before I get to the main point, they were talking about shortening events. I don't we don't need to shorten the events anymore, they're fine. I am in favour of allowing individual events to change their format, because I don't think things need to be formulaic. You can say you need to start at this time on a Friday or Thursday and finish by this time on a Sunday, but let them run the mileage how they want to. You know, the attraction of rallying was that it was different. I get that we can't have the endurance element, but it doesn't have to be completely formulaic, does it? Just tell them when the last stage needs to be for TV. But otherwise, you know, if they want to run long stages and short stages or stages at night, let them. It's just, anyway. Anyway, all of this brings me to one single point. Dear WRC promoter, you're not watching this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Stop it. Stop with the format. The format is fine. The format is not the problem. If you are worried that not enough manufacturers are taking part, or that you're not getting enough fan engagement, the format is not the reason. The problem is because 90% of your coverage is behind a paywall, so no one can watch it. No one cares because they can't see your product. And rallying, like any other sport, is a product. If you want people to watch, put more content on YouTube for free. World Endurance Championship, British GT, even British Midland Hill Climb are streaming events on YouTube for free. You can't put everything behind a paywall and expect people to watch. You can't, in terms of manufacturers, ask them to use a spec hybrid system, a spec engine that isn't related to a road car, and a spec space frame, and then expect them to come to your championship to demonstrate what good manufacturers they are. It doesn't make any sense. There's no room for them to innovate or sell their products, and even if there was, they can't sell them because no one can see it. So I'm just going to try and end this video because we're almost at 10 minutes. It baffles me that we're still messing with the format. Someone said this on Twitter the other day, I can't remember who it was, forgive me, that he can't think of another sport that messes with its format as much as rallying. And he's right. Rallying is ridiculous. We keep making these silly changes to the format because we're trying to skim over the real problem that the promotion is diabolical and the coverage isn't good enough and that not enough people watch it because you have to pay for it. And unfortunately, in the modern world, people don't like paying for things. So, I'm going to stop because I'm infuriated and it just makes me angry that we're at another point where they're talking about messing around with the format just because they don't want to tackle the real issue. The real issue is promotion and media. And as someone who works in the media, it drives me completely mental that we still keep coming back to this. If they just put a couple of stages every day on YouTube for free, because they have, I'm going to go over 10 minutes, aren't I? I have already gone over 10 minutes. Already we have dedicated live TV stages. They're allocated as a TV stage, and that's fine. And they sell those to broadcasters, which I guess brings them a bit of income. But maybe at the same time, just put it on YouTube. Put those stages on YouTube for free. Don't just put Shakedown. No one cares about Shakedown on a Thursday because most people can't watch it. Put one stage, at least one stage, one or two stages on Saturday and Sunday specifically on YouTube, live streamed for free, and then you've at least got the beginnings of something that people might actually want to watch. So that is it. That is the end of the rant. I'm going to stop there because I want to definitely keep this under 12 minutes. I said 12 minutes at the beginning. This is going to be under 12 minutes. I never mentioned 10 minutes. So let's stop there. I appreciate you watching. Please stay tuned. Please like, comment and subscribe. As I said, I want to do a bit more with this channel now. Certainly over the next few weeks we'll have some interesting content with bar and rally and things, so do stay tuned for that. I very much appreciate you following me. If you follow me on Instagram, which is where I do most things, if you don't follow me on Instagram, do visit Maximum Attack Rallying, because I do written content on there which is nice and easy to read in little flicky pictures, so give that a look and do tell your friends and fellow rally folk about it. We'll end it there, and I will see you next week with what I hope will be a bit more cheerful than this angry, sweary rant was. See you next time.